Hello students, welcome to online class. I am Balika Sharma, your social science teacher is going to teach you the first chapter of Geography of class 7th, that is our environment. In this chapter, you are going to study about natural environment, interaction between the components of the environment and human-made environment. So let us begin the chapter. Children, our planet Earth supports wide diversity of life including humans and a host of plants and animals. These organisms are dependent on the environment to fulfill their needs. Man is also constantly interacting with the environment in order to fulfill his needs. So what is environment? Environment is defined as the surroundings in which an organism lives. In other words, everything around us and affecting us is called environment. The term environment refers to all the external conditions in which an organism lives. It is derived from the French word environ, which means to surround. Environment can be classified into two major components, that is natural environment and human made environment. The natural environment that consists all object created by nature is called natural environment. The natural environment comprises land, water, air, plants and animals. Human made environment is that which is created by man. Elements such as agriculture, industries, transportation, parks, etc. are created by human beings. Hence, they constitute the human-made environment. Now, let us discuss natural environment in detail. The environment may be the physical environment, the chemical environment, or the biological environment. Thus, the environment has two components, that is abiotic and biotic. The abiotic environment includes the air, that is atmosphere, water, that is hydrosphere, and land, that is lithosphere. The biotic environment includes the plant and animals including humans, called biosphere. The physical or abiotic environment sustains the biological environment. The two interact in the biosphere and exchange matter and energy. Let us see how. So, let us see the components of abiotic environment. Lithosphere. Lithosphere is the solid crust on the hard top layer of the earth. It is made up of rocks and minerals and is covered by a thin layer of soil. The surface of the earth extends both over the continents and ocean basins. It includes mountains, plateaus, plains, and valleys. The lithosphere is very important because it is a large receiver of resources which are very useful to man. The majority of the material objects which man requires are supplied by lithosphere. For example, minerals, fuels such as coal, petroleum and natural gas, nutrients to the plant's growth, provides land for building houses, roads, factories and growing crops, etc. Now, the next component is hydrosphere. The hydrosphere is the total amount of water on a planet. It includes water that is on the surface of the planet, under the ground and in the air. The frozen part of Earth's atmosphere is made of ice, glaciers, ice caps and icebergs. Water moves through the hydrosphere in a cycle which is called water cycle. Water is very important for human survival. Without water, we cannot live. About 71% of the Earth's surface is covered with water. Now the next one is atmosphere. The envelope of air which surrounds the Earth is called the atmosphere. It is retained in its place by Earth's gravity. It acts as a security blanket. The atmosphere protects life on Earth by absorbing ultraviolet radiation, warming the surface through heat retention, and reducing temperature extremes between day and night. The atmosphere provides us life-giving oxygen as also carbon dioxide for survival of plants. Humans are not the only ones who need oxygen. All kinds of animals need it too. Life on earth could not exist without atmosphere. Children, you will learn more about atmosphere in the upcoming chapter. Now the next one is the biosphere. The biosphere is the narrow zone where the lithosphere, the hydrosphere and the atmosphere interact with each other to support life. The word biosphere has been derived from the Greek word bios, meaning life, and the Latin word sphere, meaning total range. Biosphere hence refers to the living world and includes all plant and animal life. The biosphere sustains us both with the food that we eat and with the air that we breathe. Whether we are vegetarians or meat eater, the energy and proteins we need to build our bodies come from things in the biosphere. Next topic is ecosystem. Everything in the natural world is interrelated. Plants, animals, and human beings depend on their immediate surroundings. They are often interdependent on each other as well. These relations of dependence and interdependence together constitute an ecosystem. Large forests, grasslands, deserts, lakes, mountains, oceans, rivers, and even small ponds are examples of ecosystem. Water, temperature, plants, animals, air, light, and soil all work together to sustain life. If there is not enough light or water, or if the soil does not have the right nutrients, the plant will die. If the plants die, animals that depend on them will die. If the animals that depend on the plants die, the animals that depend on these plant eating animals will also die. Ecosystems in nature work in the same way. All the parts work together to make a balanced system. Now let us see human environment. A healthy environment is an absolute necessity for a well-being of all organisms, including man. Human beings interact with the environment and modify it according to their needs. They learn to grow crops, domesticate animals, and lead a settled life. All our needs, big and small, are met by the environment. All primary human economic activities such as farming, fishing, mining and forestry provide raw materials and food without which no human society can survive and progress. However, man, having reached the pinnacle of evolution, is trying to bring about changes in the environment to suit his convenience. Unfortunately, his convenience is temporary. In the long run, man is losing out on a healthy environment as he has disturbed the natural environmental balance to fulfill his needs. Environmental pollution is a problem both in developed and developing countries. Factors such as population growth, mining, clearing of forest, urbanization invariably place greater demands on the planet and stretch the use of natural resources to the maximum, which has resulted in the nature degradation. So it becomes necessary to balance the environment. People have to learn and maintain harmony with the environment. Children, do you know every 3 months people in the US throw away enough aluminium cans that could rebuild all the airplanes in the country. So this was the chapter Our Environment. I hope you have understood the chapter